I said, you will get me a loaner car.
Ooh,
Oh, damn.
girl.
And he said, well, I don't know if we have any available. I said, that's not my problem. And I pointed to the showroom. I said, I see 20 cars right here.
Woody Show.
I told you that Greg had a "Am I the a-hole?" question for us. Now, again, Seabass argues that maybe it's Greg and Mario who are being the a-holes when it comes to the relationship
Just
between
in general.
Yeah, probably.
them and
More than
Seabass.
likely.
Forget me. How about the rest of you guys? Would you like
Yeah.
not have liked to go to that birthday party?
Yes, they would have flown back from where they were all weekend.
Well, maybe we wouldn't have scheduled that stuff had we had known you were
Yeah.
gonna do this.
Had that
this
been on the
big thing.
calendar.
Yeah, 326 says Greg low-key hates everyone on the show. Is that true?
Not everyone.
I don't believe
no.
that.
Not everyone.
Not everyone.
Not everyone.
Not everyone.
And it's not low key.
Not everyone.
All right, so Greg, what's your "Am I the a-hole?" question?
Okay, so the preface to it is we are a 2-vehicle household. I have the Toyota Tacoma truck, which rules. And I, before getting the Tacoma, bought a different car. We're going to call it Car.
Okay.
Okay.
Car needed some routine maintenance because it needed like an oil change, and I had something wrong with a tire. I bring it in to the dealer, and they say, okay, we'll let you know when it's done, probably later today. Well, I heard nothing that day. I thought, well, whatever. The next day, they call me and say, did the oil change, but you need this, you need this, you need this. Priority number 1 is there's this problem with this coolant issue. That's going to be a fortune and more for the final cost, et cetera, et cetera. We'll let you know later today. Heard nothing that day. So another day goes on, and they said, okay, your car is ready.
You have a car that's not under warranty, Greg? Oh, my God.
I know. So they say it's ready. And
So not Greg.
I get back, and this is in the time that they had it, they had texted me all these different problems with it. And this coolant thing was priority number 1. So I said, okay, as much as that sucks, do it. If it's priority number 1 and it's going to wreck, might as well just get that taken care of. So they put me in an Uber to go back to get the car. And he said, now, just so you know, don't drive it too hard and don't drive it too far. I said, what? Yeah, because of the coolant problem.
But
And I held up my phone. I said, you texted me that it needed this. And I said, please do it. Oh, okay. We didn't do, I guess so. Okay. Can we keep it for a few more days?
oh my
What?
And I said, that's fine. I need it to get done. And he said, well, would it help if I maybe get you a loaner car? And this is my "Am I the a-hole?" question.
Okay.
When I bought this car, I signed what's called a purchase agreement. When I have responsibilities and they have responsibilities. In this purchase agreement, it says when you bring your car in for service, no matter the service, it could be as little as changing a windshield wiper blade, you get a loaner car. That's in the purchase agreement.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm on my last nerve. And he said, would it help you out if I maybe get you a loaner car? I said, you will get me a loaner car.
Oh, damn.
Girl.
And he said, well, I don't know if we have any available. I said, that's not my problem. And I pointed to the showroom. I said, I see 20 cars right here.
All up on stand.
Yeah,
So
I've had
the-
that happen before, just so you know, Greg. I've had it happen before where typically they will give you the loaner car when they have, them available.
Right.
But there have been times where they didn't because they were all out.
Yeah.
They had them out with other, maintenance clients.
Right.
And so they offered me the shuttle ride. So they're like, we have a guy who will drive you to
really?
wherever you need to go.
Like all day for the next 3 days?
No. Like to go drop you off
No, I
back at
know.
home or back at work.
Yeah.
And, it's just some guy
I've done the shuttle thing too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have too, yeah.
Oh, because I've only been in this situation once, and they rented me a car when they didn't have one.
Yeah, it turns out that's possible.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was my sticking point, and that's why I turned into a total a-hole. Well, maybe because I said, you know what? That's not my problem. If you have them, or in the purchase agreement, it doesn't say parentheses. If we have one, maybe maybe we'll try to get you one. So then he launches into this tirade about, well, other dealerships stopped doing it. And this dealer down the street, they don't even have a fleet of
That's
loaner cars.
cool.
We don't even do, we're the only ones that still do it. And I said, well,
Cool story, bro.
that's great. Not my problem.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to see if we can get you one. I said, again, if you don't have any, I see 25 cars right here, pointing to the brand new ones on the showroom. They ended up getting me the loaner. It took another day. I know, magic, right? But that's my question. if you sign a purchase agreement that says you get a loaner car when you bring it in for whatever reason, and then you get
There's not a stipulation
litany of there's no stipulations in there.
in the wording about like if when
No.
available. Okay,
Or if-
based on
doesn't-
based on availability kind of thing.
And then he said too, I could have gotten you one if you had made a reservation for this service. I said I made a reservation a week in advance. What are you talking about?
This is incompetence because it doesn't go both ways. If they're like, well, you signed a purchase agreement. Well, I still don't feel like paying.
Right.
You know, it doesn't go both ways.
Right.
True.
Because I could just say, yeah, at the end of the month, I'm not going to make the payment.
feel like it.
Because I wrote in the purchase agreement, if I have the money.
Yeah, right.
805 says, before you even finish the story, I'm telling you that the quote coolant situation is a fraud.
Oh, no.
Really?
Oh.
Now, I don't know.
Well,
Look,
I
coolant
kinda
is
don't
a
trust
thing. Is there a
any-
problem? There could be a problem. I don't know. And I'm not defending, before I make a determination if Greg is the a-hole or not, I'm just trying to find out,
What's going on?
was there something? Because a lot of times they will say, depending on availability or subject to availability.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the exact wording of this.
Well, does it say in
coolant
parentheses?
thing.
What if other dealerships don't do this in the future? Then we get
Yeah.
money.
What about us?
Parentheses.
Yeah.
Uh,
What did they say specifically about the coolant?
let's see. Blah, 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 blah. The coolant light on leak repair is X amount of dollars, parts and labor. It has other findings as well. Suspension thrust arm bushings, last 3 tires worn down, this, that, and the other. And then the coolant was...
Bushings.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah. Just threw that in there.
I know, right?
It
And
doesn't
then,
even sound like a real thing. It just sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you throw a bunch of words together because the average customer have no idea what
that
you're talking
sounds
about.
oh, yeah.
intimidating.
And he made
Shock struts,
You're
tires,
right.
Yeah.
brakes, brake
Your
liners,
floor
all that stuff you
bushings,
understand.
everything. And then this
Yeah.
coolant thing, and I can't find the wording right now, but it said something about if it didn't get repaired, it was going to crack.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Did I fall for it? Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, but fall for it. I mean, they're supposed to be the experts. You're driving this car. What are you supposed to do?
Right. I don't
hate
trust
that.
a lot of these mechanics. I don't know what they're saying, and I don't know if it's legit, but I did it, and then I exploded about the loaner car.
Okay, so are you the a-hole for exploding about the loaner car? That's the question?
Yeah, because
That's what we're judging on?
because then he was like trying to act like he's doing me a favor, like
I'm
you
going to
know,
hook you up.
Like I can hook you up. If I'm gonna hook, I'm like, you're not hooking me up. You're honoring the agreement that we signed.
Yeah.
You're not doing me a favor.
I'm so sick of this. I'm
You
so sick
know?
of like the laziness, the incompetence, the arrogance. I like in quote unquote customer service.
Well, it's the move. It's always the move towards I'm not going to help you. It's
Exactly.
not- it's
Kick
not-
the can to
it's
somebody
not,
else.
It's not,
Yeah.
how can I've got some problems. How can I fix them? It's whatever the opportunity is not to help you, I'm taking it.
right.
Yeah, and it used to not be that way.
Right.
Like,
and then
over the years, it's gone to like anything I can do not to help you.
and it's like you're either lazy or you're lying.
Text came in. My wife just had this loaner debacle earlier this year. She has a deal with the dealership that has a loaner program too, and they were very dicey about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing too with a dealership. It's like you could say, well, take them get a second opinion somewhere. Well,
You'll
then all
null
your
your warranty.
Then all the benefits that you've paid for are out the window.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
Bushings are a thing. Bushings are in your control arms, part of the suspension. Okay.
Yeah, Greg, part of the
Pushing.
proxy in the
Yeah.
firewall.
Bush. Right, first of all, Bush.
Right.
I know.
All right, so is Greg the a-hole? Yes or no? Over to 22987. We'll let you know what everybody says, what the consensus is on the text after everybody gets a chance to vote.
Right. Can I just reiterate that I
Sure.
went back to the dealer and they said, well, we didn't do the coolant thing. And even though I did tell them to do it, so I had to go back home again. So it was multiple trips.
Okay. But we're just
Just
judging based on
Just on,
the
my
loaner-
reaction to
the loaner part of
Hey,
it,
we'll
right?
hook you up with a loaner. No, you're not hooking me up.
Yeah.
You're doing
The
what you're
fact-
supposed to do.
But you didn't say it calmly like that, I'm pretty
I
sure.
yeah.
did not.
Pointed to all the cars on the showroom floor.
I did not. Yeah, and I said, I see plenty right here. There's one right there.
The Woody Show.
So Greg wanted to know if he was the a-hole. He told us a quick story about how he took his car, not the Toyota car.
No.
Would never have a problem like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is a
Never.
big mistake.
But brought the car into the dealership. They gave him this whole thing about, it's going to need this.
Delay.
Delay. And
Go.
then, let me see if I can hook you up with a loaner. And
With
then
the thing
Greg,
that's in your contract.
Greg kind of lost his mind a little bit and
Right.
went off on the dude.
If we can find a car. I said,
Yeah.
I'm looking at hundreds of them right now.
yeah.
They're everywhere.
Not the a-hole. I have never heard a positive car dealership story, hence why I avoid them all at all costs.
Fair.
It reminds me of the South Park cable company rubbing their own nipples in pleasure as customers complain. As someone who works at a dealership in service, no, not at all, not the a-hole.
Oh.
There's usually always a loaner available, and for not reading your message in the first place, they should be scrambling to make that right. Meaning, like the one thing that Greg said, yeah, go ahead and do, because they said it was a priority.
Yes.
He went to go pick up the car, and it wasn't done. Like,
we didn't do that.
Well, I guess, can you leave it for a few more days?
Right.
Wow.
Greg's demeanor makes him the a-hole. A simple phone call before heading to the pickup to pick up the car to find out about the services and just take the the toll. Okay, making a quick phone call before heading to pick it up to find out about the services and the total solves this issue. It's just Greg and technology.
Yeah. Why did you show up? Why did you show up at the dealership at that time to pick up the car?
Because they said, we communicate via text. We will text you when your car is ready. They texted me and said, your car is ready. Please come get it.
So suck on that texter.
Oh,
Right.
geez, weird.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, Greg,
it's a
you
weird
dummy.
time. But overall, I mean, the majority of the people that are texting over, Greg is not the a-hole.
Yeah, I'm seeing a service manager who says, no, not the a-hole.
Yep.
But yeah, and then
Overwhelmingly not the
when they
a-hole.
text saying it's ready, come get it. And then
You should have called first, Greg.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
Are
believe the
sure
text.
it's ready?
I don't know.
they made it clear. We do this via text. We
Greg,
will
and
let you
so
know.
can you repeat what they said when they kind of broached the loaner topic? They said to you,
Would it help if we hooked you up? Try to hook you up at the loaner car.
I don't know,
no.
dumbass. What do you think?
No, you know what? I would rather just be stuck here and just
Yeah.
have to Uber
I'll
everywhere.
just stay here.
I haven't gotten my 45,000 steps in today. So
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have a cot that I can just lie down on?
Yeah, I guess I live
909.
here now.
Greg is not the a-hole. Make the dealer honor the agreement, and they can call Enterprise or any other rental car service and reserve him a
Yeah.
car. They always have the dealers, especially if you're going to have a long-term repair that goes on. They won't give you just one of the regular loaners. They'll set you up with something through Hertz or an
Yeah.
Enterprise,
Right.
one of the little local satellite offices that are close to the dealership, and they just work it out.
To be honest, I'm
No big deal.
surprised you were so passive and not say, "Oh no, you texted me that it was ready, so I'll just be here. I'll be waiting here until the car's ready."
Yeah, but it was one of those days I just wanted to go home.
Yeah,
Like I had been there so many times that week.
So-
fix it in the moment.
The texters overwhelmingly say no.
Not the
Gina,
a-hole.
no.
No.
Anybody in
No.
here say yes?
Nope.
Okay.
I could.
So,
I would
Greg,
say
you're
you,
good.
you under a-holed it. You could have gone.
Right.
Just said what I
Yeah.
just said.
You could have gone nuclear a-hole.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, we could have got a viral video out of this.
We got some more Woody Show coming up. Hang on.